I am Susana Lezcano, but you can call me Susie. You can find me on Instagram as name Susie if you want to reach out. And I'm so excited to start this journey. Welcome to the Diary of an Entrepreneur. you know, the goal with these channels, with my YouTube channel, my live streams, I hope I can live stream every day on Twitch and Kick. My goal is to talk with people about all of these topics because I feel people my age, really young, don't really like to talk about business, finance, and, well, in general, everything related to money and starting business. But I'm really excited to get to know people who are equally interested in this. But, anyways, I know many people will ask me about my journey, how I really made money with my business, especially as a young person, as an immigrant. So I wanted to record this and leave it there, leave it uploaded so I can send you guys this link. So if you came to see me from a link I sent you, hola, hi, thank you for being here. So I will start my story. I don't want to make it long. I just want you to tell you everything I did, everything I'm doing. So maybe I can give you some good ideas, okay? So I was born in Cuba, in Havana, and when I was 6, my family and I, we moved to Spain, to Madrid, because my mom is also from Spain. And situation in Cuba is not right. There's a communist government there, and that's a really bad thing. It's something no one really wants to have. So we moved to Spain when I was 6 years old, and I grew up in Spain here. I came back to Spain, but I will get back to that later. And I was really happy growing up, honestly. Spain is a nice place to grow, but the problem here is the mentality is not the right one. Here, they teach you to study something and then get a job and make like 2,000 euros per month, and that's supposed to be a good thing. But I always knew I wanted to be more, I wanted to have more. And it's not even about money, right? That's what most people don't understand. They're just focused on making more money as all they want. And yeah, money does make you happy, but there's a lot more to it than that. It's an obsession to give more to the world, to give more value, to make people better. That's what you have to have in your heart for you to have to create something, to create a good business or to sell something you want to sell, right? But anyways, I grew up in Spain, so yeah, I was happy, I was everything, but I knew I didn't want it to stay here because the mentality is not the right one. So thankfully, at age 17, I could move to America, to Miami, that wonderful city. Because as Cubans, you can get, well, back then, you can't now, but back then, Cubans could get a green card basically, and later a passport, an American passport. Yay. When you landed there, because, again, because of the situation in Cuba with the communist government. So that's what we did, me and my family. And then that was when I was born, really. I was born in 1997, but I gave birth to myself, if that makes sense, when we moved to Miami, because I discovered I could be who I really wanted to be. But first, I started as a self-employed. Guys, sorry for my accent. It is what it is. Es lo que hay, vamos. So I was a self-employed first. I started to be an online teacher because, of course, I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be everything that a young woman wants to be and dreams. But my parents were like, no, you want to be an actress because no one makes a penny by acting. You have to be something real, you have to be something serious. So that's why now I am a streamer. No, I'm joking. I'm a YouTuber now. No, I'm joking too. No, but The thing is that I wanted to be something big, something special, but my parents were like, no, you're going to be a teacher. And my parents are great. I love them. I understand. They just wanted the best for me, right? So I started college. Actually, I started college earlier, which made me so happy because in Spain you have to start college at 18. But I took my GED in America, so I was able to start college at 16, I think, or yeah, 17 actually. And that was very exciting. So I started college. I hated that. That was so stupid for me because that made no sense. I was on the side recording videos. I was trying to be a YouTuber because I knew that my time had to be more valuable than $10 per hour, right? I was doing kind of good. I still have that channel from back then with millions of views. Maybe I have like 11 million views on that channel, which it was very big for a young girl on my own, knowing nothing about you know SEO, titles, marketing, filming, all of that. So basically, I was in college and I was doing YouTube, but I wasn't making much money yet. Maybe $200 per month or something like that. So I was serious at the time. That was, about 2 years later. I was about 19 years old and I was serious. I said, no, this can't keep going like this. I want to make serious money. And serious money for me back then was like $3,000 per month, which is okay, it's not bad. But I had my conditions. Okay, I said, at 19, I said, I want to make $3,000 per month working from home and doing something I love. And I was studying to be a teacher at the time. So I did my research online and I found that I could teach Chinese children. So I applied to that. I was hired immediately. I started teaching and I started working so hard, guys. I dropped out of college. I didn't need that to work. I just wanted to work. I started making my $3,000 per month, and this is where I said I became a self employed, right? Because I was teaching my own clients on an app. I'm not sure I want to say the name of the app. It's still working, but the pay is way less because, again, guys, communism is a nightmare for me because, the Chinese laws were affecting my teaching. I'll get to that later. By the way, there's some people watching, so hola, hello, welcome, nice to meet you. I will continue with the story and then I will check the chat. Okay. So I was 19. I was working full time from home. I was self employed. I learned the importance of keeping my clients happy and, in general, attracting clients. There were more than 4,000 teachers on that platform, and I was always in the top 20. You know why? Because I was working so hard. I liked what I was doing. I was happy. I think kids bring you joy. And I was consistently doing that for about 5 or 6 years. And here is where all of these new Chinese government laws about online teaching happened. So they didn't let us teach Chinese kids anymore. They didn't let Americans or, you know, Canadians teach children because they said we were affecting the Chinese children's little minds or something ridiculous. So, what our academy, the academy I was working for, did was they started lowering our pay, which was, terrible. I was making $25 per hour at that time, and then I started making $18 per hour at that time, which I'm not saying is good or bad, but when you are experienced in something, you are doing better and better every day. the fact that they pay you less all of a sudden instead of more, that was very hard. So no, at the time they told us they were paying me less per hour that I was in class. I said no, I have to stop this. I have to leave. This is a good time to start my business. This was last year, so I was about 25 years old. So yeah, I said I need to start my own business. And there's an online platform where you can do the same thing I was doing basically, but instead of teaching the curriculum they give you and the clients they give you, you have to create your own curriculum. You have to decide what you want to teach. So I said, hey, I have a lot of experience in online teaching. I am from Spain, so why don't I create my online teaching academy for kids where I teach them Spanish? I started to doing that and that was awesome. I started making a lot of money. I made up to $15,000 in a month, sometimes even more. And that was great. Then I learned even more. I learned more marketing. I learned, photo edition, how to deal with parents. I didn't have to deal much with the Chinese parents before, mostly because of the language, right? But these were American parents. These are because I still own this academy. Now it's not the same. I don't teach there anymore because I hire people to teach those classes for me, which is another big step, right, in all of my career, my journey. But okay, so I created my classes on Outschool. On my profile I was teaching. I was getting 5 stars reviews. And this is so important. This is something I never knew before. I thought, well, to make money, you have to have a good product. To make money, you have to pay for ads, but you have to be really good in whatever you're doing. That's the biggest. It's not a secret. Hard work is the biggest secret, if that makes sense. If I didn't get good reviews in my work, if I didn't get happy parents in my case, nothing would have worked. So I kept teaching for about a year, and there was a point where parents were getting mad because they wanted to take a class with me and they couldn't because I was fully booked. I was teaching 10 hours per day. My voice was hurting. I was really happy. I was excited. I was making a lot of money I never expected to do. Everything was fine, but parents were getting mad, and I was getting some warnings from the school team saying that I didn't answer to parents on time, that I should be more responsive. And I was like, I'm teaching 10 hours per day. I'm actually in the class, teaching sometimes one on one classes, sometimes big group classes. How do you expect me to be answering to emails? Maybe I was answering to some emails, maybe 1 hour per day. And I know that's important, but I was like, come on, you know, get my class, get your child in my class, and then we can talk. But most of these parents were just wondering, like, hey, do you offer this other time, or things not so important. So yeah, I was answering to some emails, but maybe I should have tried hard. So I was getting warnings by Outschool, and I was getting so many students. So, and this is where my real business began, because I was a self-employed before, but now this is where I became a business owner. So I decided to hire teachers to teach my classes for me. But my plan was to hire maybe 4 teachers, and I was still teaching, and that's it. And I did that at first. I hired 3 other teachers. I couldn't find more at the time. And then we all started teaching. Everything was going great. But if before I hired them and I became an academy, before that I was receiving so many emails. Now that we offered more classes, we had more sections available, I was receiving like hundreds of emails per day, and I was still teaching many hours. In my mind, I said, okay, instead of teaching 10 hours per day, I'm teaching 7 hours per day and three answering two emails, but it didn't work like that. I was so tired, I was exhausted, and I was making less money than before because I was only teaching 7 hours per day. I was making, of course, some money from my teacher's classes, but it wasn't the same, right? It was little money compared to my own classes, of course. I like to pay my employees well, and that's important. I will treat that another time, but that's very important. I also like to keep happy employees as much as I can. It's not easy, but when possible. So I was paying my teachers a lot. I was keeping a little, and I was teaching a lot as well, and I was so stressed out. I was tired. My voice was terrible. So, and we started to get bad reviews because parents had sometimes trouble, and I didn't have the time to answer to them because of the new emails and all of that. So I said, when we received one bad review, and then we had like five parents, saying like, if you don't do this, I will leave up the review. Answer now. Okay, so when we got to that point, I said, okay, I can't keep teaching. It's not that I don't want to, but it's not that I can't. But also, I can't just have four teachers if I'm not teaching because I'm not making a lot of money. I need money to live. So, what I did, of course, was hiring many more teachers. Right now, we have up to 18 teachers, I think. My academy admin is asking me to hire more people because we really have demand. I'm hiring more this week. I want to have up to maybe 30 teachers tops for now in this academy. I now have another academy. I will get I will tell you all of this in a different video or a different day if you're watching this live. But but the thing is that I really became a business owner when I hired all of those teachers, and then all I do now is managing my business, managing my teachers, which in my opinion is a lot harder than just teaching. Everyone that knows me says like, oh, so you don't work anymore, you're so lucky. And like, what do you mean? I've never worked this hard as managing people. It's so hard. It was much easier to just manage 7 years old and teach them the Spanish alphabet and funny things, right? It's different. But I love business. It's my passion. I could make a very good living right now, but I'm so passionate on giving value. That's the most important thing. Now I'm open another academy. This is very different. My goal with my Spanish academy was to offer really cheap Spanish classes so everyone can learn Spanish because I think it's such a good skill. But this other academy is more of a luxury. My clients will be more specific. I'll tell you more if you want, if you ask me to in another video. But that's basically my story. This is very niche, very specific, because I know not everyone wants to teach children or have an academy, or I know this is very special, but I think I gave you some interesting advice, or at least I told you my life until here. I have a few streams of income right now. If you want to, oh, there it is. Hola, hi Swampy 4 or Swampy 4. I prefer to use some Spanish here and there. My socials don't work, Swampy. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Gracias. You see, there's always nice people in the world like Swampy. Swampy, I was about to say goodbye. I'm so happy you came to say hola, to say hi. I will fix those. Well, my socials are kind of new. This is my first stream, Swampy. This is my first video, my first stream ever, and all of that. So, buenos dias. Good job. Swampy was my student, I think. weren't you? I used to be a Spanish teacher. Zombie, did you listen to my full career, my full story? I will go ahead and fix my socials now, okay? Cake is awesome. I just discovered Cake. Oh, ya veo, ya veo. They worked. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitch, and I'm on Kick, but I always receive more comments and all of that from Kick. Kick is great. I'm loving it. Swampy, I plan to live stream daily, so no worries. I'll fix this, but I'll see you tomorrow, anyways, okay? Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias because you took 2 years of Spanish, so muchas gracias. Thank you so much for being here. Adios. You'll have your lesson, yes. Okay, let's see. Adios. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Follow me on my now working socials, okay?